A near-death experience, a broken family, and one decision that could destroy everything Kody Brown thought he knew about love and loyalty. In the midst of tragedy, two of the Brown family's most pivotal members faced their greatest test yet. For Mykelti and Tony, the road to North Carolina was supposed to be a new beginning, but what they didn't expect was a life-threatening storm that would leave them fighting for survival. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn's decision to expand their family was about to tear them apart, or bring them closer together. Could one man's dream of plural marriage really survive the weight of all that's been
Bitch,
broken?
where's my money?
There you go.
Part 1.
How's that?
That was
good?
actually, it kind of gave me
started with
anxiety.
two
Oh, it gave
Took
me
it a little
anxiety saying it.
One about love, and the other about survival. For Kody Brown and Robyn, it was the night they dared to question the limits of plural marriage. For their daughter Mykelti and her husband Tony, it was the night the road almost claimed their lives. One family, two storms, and one moment that changes everything. Will Kody's love and Mykelti's survival be enough to overcome the storm, or will one of them break under pressure? Part 1. For years, Kody Brown and his wives have navigated the complexities of a plural marriage. But now a new chapter looms, one that could forever alter the fragile balance they fought so hard to create. With 4 wives already in the picture, adding another could be the tipping point. Kody and Robyn must now face a decision that could destroy or strengthen their bond. And as the tension grows, the question remains, can love truly stretch that far, or will it break under the weight of their own ambition? It wasn't always this way. At the beginning, Kody's plural marriage seemed like a dream. But as the years passed, cracks began to show. Jealousy, unmet expectations, and the strain of balancing so many relationships, it was more complicated than anyone ever anticipated. And now, Robyn is faced with a decision she never imagined. She loves Kody deeply, but will opening up their family to another wife bring them closer together, or tear them apart? With each passing day, the weight of the decision presses on Kody's shoulders. He knows that no matter what he chooses, someone will be hurt, and he'll have to live with the consequences. As Kody and Robyn discuss the possibility of adding another wife, they're not just talking about another person joining their marriage. They're talking about the very fabric of their family and the emotional cost of it all. Robyn to Kody, "What if this drives us apart? I don't want to lose what we have." Kody, "I know, Robyn. I've been thinking the same thing. But if we don't take this chance, will we regret it forever?" The stakes have never been higher. The potential for emotional fallout is too great. And yet, both Kody and Robyn are drawn toward the idea of expanding their family. But is this the right time, or will it cause irreparable harm? The moment has come. The decision must be made. But what they didn't expect was a message that could throw everything into chaos. Robyn, "I don't think it's a good idea, Kody. Are we really ready for this?" The twist. The other wives may not be on board. This decision was never just Kody and Robyn's. Their entire family is about to be thrown into turmoil. Could this be the breaking point? The tension reaches a boiling point as the other wives express their concerns. The family is divided, and Kody's vision of expanding his family may soon come crashing down. And the fans have their own opinions. Some are calling for Kody to put his family first, while others believe that expanding the marriage could bring them closer together. But one thing is certain, the backlash is fierce. Robyn, "I can't believe this. We're risking everything for something that may not even work." Kody, "I never imagined it would get this complicated." The future of Kody and Robyn's family hangs into the balance. The decision to add another wife is not just about expanding their family, it's about understanding the limits of love, loyalty, and the bonds that hold them together. Will Kody and Robyn move forward with their decision, or will they decide that enough is enough? Only time will tell. What do you think? Should Kody and Robyn add another wife? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Part 2. Mykelti and Tony were excited. The future seemed bright as they packed up their life in the West, ready for a new chapter in North Carolina. They shared their plans with the world, telling their fans about the fresh start they were about to embark on. But little did they know, the road ahead would not be easy. And just days after their big announcement, Mykelti and Tony would face a life-threatening challenge that neither of them saw coming. The storm hit without warning. The rain fell in sheets, the wind howling like a beast, and in that moment, a single misstep could have cost them everything. Mykelti, it felt like we were driving through a wall of water. I could barely see the road. I thought we weren't going to make it. Tony, I've never been so scared in my life. Mykelti was trying her best to stay calm, but I could see it in her eyes. She was worried. In a moment that felt like hours, Mykelti and Tony fought to keep control. The car slid, veering dangerously close to the edge of the road. The storm was relentless, and every passing second felt like an eternity. With no one else on the road to help them, Mykelti and Tony had no choice but to rely on each other. They were on their own, with nothing but their strength and courage to pull them through. But the danger Mykelti and Tony faced was not the only crisis unfolding in the Brown family. Just days after the harrowing experience, Kody Brown opens up about the painful truth of his strained relationship with his adult children. Kody, I've tried to be there for my kids, but there's only so much I can do. The distance between us has grown, and I don't know how to fix it. For years, Kody has struggled with his relationships with his adult children. The bond that once held them together has now become frayed and weakened. And with each passing day, Kody feels the weight of their growing distance. And as Mykelti and Tony face the fallout from their near-death experience, Kody's personal struggles only seem to deepen. Can this family ever heal from the wounds of the past? After what felt like an eternity, Mykelti and Tony managed to pull through the storm, miraculously avoiding disaster. But as they took a moment to process their close call, something unexpected happened. Mykelti, I just got a message from my dad. He said he wants to talk about everything. Kody's message was not just about checking in on his daughter. It was a plea for reconciliation, a heartfelt confession about his regrets as a father. The twist? Kody's relationship with his children might be more broken than anyone realized. The fans have weighed in, and the response is overwhelming. Some feel for Kody, understanding the complexities of parenting in a plural marriage. Others are furious, accusing him of neglecting his children for years. Kody needs to do better. You can't just leave your kids behind and expect everything to be okay. He's got to make it right. But as the backlash grows, Kody's heartfelt message may have only deepened the divide between him and his children. The real question is, can Kody truly make amends, or is it too late for healing? Mykelti and Tony's close call was a wake-up call for them both. Their near-death experience forced them to confront the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing each moment together. But for Kody and his children, the road to reconciliation will not be as easy. The emotional scars may run deep, and the question remains, can this family ever truly heal? The future of the Brown family is uncertain. But one thing is clear, whether on the road to North Carolina or in the heart of the Brown household, the journey ahead will be anything but easy. What do you think? Can Kody and his children ever mend their relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. For years, the Brown family symbolized faith, unity, and choice. A plural family in a modern world, led by Kody Brown, who believed love could be infinite. But every story of love has a breaking point, and theirs began long before the cameras stopped rolling. After Christine's departure and Janelle's growing distance, Kody and Robyn found themselves isolated. Their once thriving plural marriage had quietly narrowed into a monogamous union, but that illusion wouldn't last. Robyn and I talked about bringing another wife into the family, but I wasn't sure if I could do it again. It began as a whisper. Kody, the man who once swore he was done with plural marriage, started contemplating the unthinkable, adding another wife. Robyn. We talked about it, and I cried, because I didn't know if it was love or just guilt. The discussion wasn't about romance. It was about survival. For Kody, taking another wife meant proving that his faith and his authority were still intact. But as Kody and Robyn debated love and loyalty across the country, their daughter Mykelti was fighting for her life. It was supposed to be a new beginning. Mykelti and Tony Padron were moving east, to start fresh, to raise their kids far from the chaos of Flagstaff. But the road had other plans. Tony. We hit this patch of black ice. The car fishtailed. I thought, this is it. I thought I was going to die that night. As the storm swallowed the road, their car skidded toward a guardrail. One more inch, and they would have plunged into the ravine below. But survival often comes with a price. And what Mykelti learned after that night would reopen old wounds between her and her father. When news reached Kody about Mykelti's close call, his reaction wasn't what fans expected. Sources close to the Browns said Kody broke down, admitting to friends he hadn't spoken deeply with Mykelti in months. I don't even know where I stand with some of my kids anymore. I feel like I've lost them. It wasn't just about one car accident. It was about every missed call, every holiday left empty, every child who stopped calling him dad. But Kody's emotional confession didn't heal the wound. It exposed it. Fans on Reddit and Facebook erupted. Why now? One wrote. You can't just turn empathy on when it's too late. As Robyn and Kody debated whether to open their marriage once more, Mykelti received a text from her father. A message of concern, but also something darker. Mykelti, he said, maybe this is God's sign to bring the family back together. But it didn't feel like comfort. It felt like pressure. The near-fatal accident became Kody's proof that divine timing was calling him to rebuild his family, his way. But for Mykelti, it reopened old memories of her mother Christine's pain, the emotional toll of being one of many. Could this moment of near death actually divide the family even further? Kody and Robyn's plan to expand their family never moved forward. Sources later confirmed the idea was quietly abandoned. But its ripple effect remains, a reminder that even love built on faith can fracture under the weight of expectation. For Mykelti and Tony, survival gave them clarity. They chose to live differently, to protect their small family first. And perhaps that's the lesson the Browns never learned. Kody, I thought faith would fix everything, but sometimes you just have to face what's broken. A father's guilt, a daughter's survival, and a family forever changed. This wasn't the end of their story, it was the beginning of a reckoning. Weeks later, Mykelti shared she and Tony are safely settled in North Carolina. Meanwhile, Kody continues to rebuild his life with Robyn, though rumors suggest he's still searching for meaning and forgiveness. This family isn't about plural marriage anymore. It's about healing. I just hope they find peace. And maybe that's what they've been chasing all along. What do you think? Should Kody and Robyn try again? Or finally let go of the idea of plural love? And did Mykelti's escape change how the family sees faith and fate? Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. For years, the Brown family had stood as an icon of unconventional love, a symbol of plural marriage, in a world that struggled to understand it. Kody Brown, a man with 4 wives, built a life he believed was built on love and faith. But cracks began to form when Christine left, and Janelle grew distant. Now, Kody and Robyn are left to pick up the pieces, while Mykelti and Tony's future takes a perilous turn. It was supposed to be a fresh start for Kody and Robyn, the dream of expanding their family, to add another wife, to create a legacy that would carry their faith forward. But what began as a conversation about love quickly became a question of survival. Kody, the idea was supposed to bring us closer, but now I'm just wondering if it's going to break everything. Just days after announcing their big move to North Carolina, Mykelti and Tony faced a storm of their own. What should have been a simple drive to a new life quickly became a race against time. A torrential downpour, a slick road, and one wrong move. That was all it would take to lose everything. In that moment, Mykelti and Tony were faced with a terrifying choice: fight to keep control or surrender to fate. But what Mykelti didn't know was that her close call on the road was just the beginning of a much deeper family fracture. Kody's decision to add another wife was about to change everything. But as he and Robyn sit together in their home, it's clear this choice wasn't an easy one. The idea of expanding their family had put a strain on their already fragile marriage. Robyn, I don't want to lose what we have, Kody. What if this pushes us further apart? Robyn's fear wasn't unfounded. The pressure of being Kody's first wife, the only wife, had already begun to take its toll on her. And now, the dream of adding another wife threatened everything they'd built. Could a man truly love multiple women and still keep his family together? Or was this the tipping point for Kody's plural marriage dream? When Kody finally broke his silence, he confessed something shocking. The decision to expand their family had fractured his relationship with his children, especially Mykelti. Kody, I didn't realize it at the time, but my dream of having multiple wives, of making it work, it drove a wedge between me and my kids. And now I'm not sure how to fix it. Mykelti, I used to admire my dad for what he believed in, but I didn't understand the toll it would take on us. I don't know if he'll ever see that. The message from Kody hit Mykelti hard. But it was only after her close call on the road that she truly understood the weight of her father's choices, both for him and for the family. Kody's reflection didn't heal the divide, but it did open a door, a chance for reconciliation, though only time would tell if it was too late. The fallout from this decision wasn't just about love. It was about identity, faith, and the price of following your own path. For Mykelti, her escape from death was a wake-up call to reevaluate everything. She chose to move forward with her family and protect them from the weight of a broken legacy. Mykelti, I've learned to forgive my dad, but I don't know if I'll ever understand why things turned out the way they did. In the end, Kody's dream to have multiple wives was never fully realized. It fractured the very foundation it was built on. And as Kody and Robyn reconsider their future, the question remains, is love truly enough to hold a family together? For Mykelti and Tony, the road ahead is uncertain, but after narrowly escaping death, they've found strength in each other. For Kody and Robyn, the future remains fragile, but the love they share may still have a chance to survive. Kody Brown's family has always been a symbol of plural love, a unique lifestyle that defies convention. But what happens when the foundation of that love begins to crack? When the man at the center of it all, Kody Brown, finds himself questioning everything he once believed about love and loyalty. The dream of a plural marriage, one that Kody built with his wives, is now teetering on the edge of collapse. But while Kody's faith in his marriage faces its toughest challenge, his daughter Mykelti is about to face a crisis of her own. It was only a few years ago that Kody's family seemed unbreakable. But cracks began to show, and what started as a dream of expanding love soon became a battle for survival. Kody's ambitions, Robyn's fears, and Mykelti's struggle for independence all come together in a life-or-death moment for the Brown family. Kody's journey with plural marriage has never been an easy one. From his early days, balancing multiple wives, to the emotional fallout after Christine's departure, Kody has always fought for what he believes in. But after years of compromise, the toll it's taken on his personal relationships has become impossible to ignore. But this moment feels different. The weight of his choices has started to affect everyone around him. His relationship with each wife is growing increasingly strained. Robyn, his closest partner, feeling torn between her love for Kody and the realization that this decision could be the one that changes everything. I love you, Kody, but I don't know if I can keep doing this. We can't keep putting everything on the line for something that might destroy us. But while Kody and Robyn's world is on the edge of breaking, Mykelti and Tony's world is about to crash in an unexpected way. Just days after sharing their excitement about their big move to North Carolina, the two are caught in a life-threatening storm. As the rain pours and the road becomes a blur, Mykelti's thoughts race. She's supposed to be excited for the new chapter, but in the chaos of the storm, she's filled with doubt, fear, and an overwhelming sense of loss. The car spins on the slick road, and for a moment, all she can do is hope. Mykelti, I didn't even think about what was happening. All I could think was, if this is it, what have I done with my life? Have I really done everything I've wanted? One slip, one wrong turn. Mykelti's life is hanging by a thread. Back in Flagstaff, Kody and Robyn's conversation about expanding their family becomes more than just a discussion about faith. It's a reflection of their deepest fears. Will Kody's dream of a plural family ever be realized? Or will it tear them apart? I thought I could handle it, Kody, but when we talk about adding someone else into our lives, I don't know if I can give more. How do you expect me to open up to another wife when I'm already struggling with what we have now? I thought this would make us stronger, bring us closer. But instead, I feel like I'm losing everyone, including myself. As Kody and Robyn navigate the growing tension, their desire to preserve their faith and family might be pushing them further apart than they ever expected. When Kody finally opens up about the true cost of his decisions, it's not just his marriage that's at risk. It's the very foundation of his relationship with his children. Mykelti, once his biggest supporter, has now pulled away, and it's clear that the bond between father and daughter has fractured in ways Kody never anticipated. On to ease, Kody. I've been so focused on the idea of keeping this family together, but in doing so, I lost sight of what really mattered, my kids. I've always tried to make them understand, but now I realize they might never forgive me. As Kody admits his failures, Mykelti finds herself caught in the emotional crossfire. her own survival instincts telling her to protect her family, but her father's confession leaving her questioning everything. While Mykelti and Tony recover from their life-threatening ordeal, they are left to grapple with their own decisions. Will their near-death experience change how they view their future, or will it merely serve as a reminder of the fragility of life? I thought I'd made the right choices, but after what happened, I'm not sure I want to raise my kids in the same environment I grew up in. The conflict between Kody's dream and the reality of his family's pain may be the one thing he can never fix. What comes next for Kody and Robyn will depend on whether they can find a way to rebuild trust or whether their faith in each other has run dry. As the storm settles and the Browns are left to pick up the pieces, their story becomes more than just one of faith or a plural marriage. It's about survival, redemption, and the true cost of love. For Kody, the price of his dream might be higher than he ever imagined, but for Mykelti and Tony, the lessons learned from surviving the storm may be the very thing that helps them rebuild their future on their own terms. What do you think? Can the Browns ever heal from this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the Sister Wives saga. Stay tuned for the next chapter.